Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayana Namaskritya
Naranjaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswati Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayatiraye
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Ashtapraya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavate Sivaya
Bhagavate Uttama Sloke
Bhagavate Uttam Sloke
Bhaktin Bhavadir Naisiti
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devagi Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namo.
Hare Krishna, welcome all the devotees for the morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 2, text number 4. The chapter name is The Cosmic Manifestation. So this is the continuation. So till the previous chapter, Sukadeva Goswami was explaining about the Virat Rupa of the Lord. So from this chapter, Sukadeva Goswami is explaining about the qualities of the devotees and the difference between the devotees and demons. So let us chant the sloka. Srimad Bhagavatam 2.2.4. Please repeat behind me the sloka. Satyāṁ kṣitau kim kaśipoḥ prayāsair.
Satyam
kṣitau kaśipoḥ prayāsair.
Bāhau sva-siddhe upabarhaṇaiḥ kim.
bāhau
sva-siddhe upabarhaṇaiḥ kim.
Sati añjalau kim purudhānna-pātryā.
sati
satyāṁ kim purudhānna-pātryā.
dig-valkalādau sati kim dukūlaiḥ.
dig-valkalādau satyāṁ dukūlaiḥ.
Word by word meaning, please repeat behind me. Satyāṁ,
satyāṁ,
being in possession.
being in possession.
kṣitau,
kṣitau,
earthly flats.
earthly floods.
Kim,
Kim,
where is the necessary?
where is the necessity?
kaśipoḥ,
kaśipoḥ,
of beds and cots.
of beds and cots.
prayāsaiḥ,
prayāsair,
endeavoring for.
endeavoring for.
bāhau,
bāhau,
the arms.
the arms.
sva-siddhe,
sva-siddhe,
being self-sufficient.
being self-sufficient.
He,
He,
certainly.
certainly.
upabarhaṇaiḥ,
upabarhaṇaiḥ,
bed and bedstead.
bed and bedstead.
Kim,
Him,
what is the use?
what is the use?
Sati,
Sati,
being present.
being present.
añjalau,
Añjalau,
the palms of the hands.
the palms of the hands.
Kim,
Him,
what is the use?
what is the use?
Purudhā,
Purudhā,
varieties of.
varieties of.
Anna,
Anna,
eatables.
eatables.
Pātryā,
Pātryā,
by the utensils.
by the utensils.
Dig,
Dig,
open space.
open space.
Valkala-ādau,
valkala-ādau,
skins of trees.
skins of trees.
Sati,
Sati,
being existent.
being existent.
Kim,
Kim,
What is the use of?
What is the use of?
Dukūlaiḥ,
Dukūlaiḥ,
clothes.
clothes.
Translation purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charana with A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Please repeat behind me the translation. When there are ample earthly flats to lie on,
ample earthly flats to lie on,
what is the necessity of cots and beds?
what is the necessity of cots and beds?
When one can use his own arms, what is the necessity of a pillow?
What is the necessity of a pillow?
When one can use the palms
When one can use the palms
of his hands, what is the necessity of varieties of utensils?
what is the necessity of varieties of utensils?
When there is ample covering or the skin of trees,
or the skins of trees,
what is the necessity of clothing?
what is the necessity of clothing?
Purport. The necessities of life for the protection and comfort of the body must not be unnecessarily increased. Human energy is spoiled in a vain search after such illusory happiness. If one is able to lie down on the floor, then why should one endeavor to get a good bedstead or soft cushion to lie on? If one can rest without any pillow and make use of the soft arms endowed by nature, there is no necessity of searching after a pillow. If we make a study of the general life of the animals, we can see that they have no intelligence for building big houses, furnitures, and other household paraphernalia, and yet they maintain a healthy life by lying down on the open land. They do not know how to cook or prepare foodstuff, yet they still live healthy lives more easily than the human being. This does not mean that human civilization should revert to animal life or that the human being should live naked in the jungles without any culture, education, and sense of morality. An intelligent human being cannot live the life of an animal. Rather, man should try to utilize his intelligence in arts and science, poetry, and philosophy. In such a way, he can further the progressive march of human civilization. But here, the idea given by Srila Sukadeva Goswami is that the reserve energy of human life, which is far superior to that of animals, should simply be utilized for self-realization. Advancement of human civilization must be towards the goal of establishing our lost relationship with God, which is not possible in any form of life other than the human. One must realize the nullity of the material phenomenon, considering it is passing Penthemosgriya, and must endeavor to make a solution to the miseries of life. Complacence with a polished type of animal civilization geared to sense gratification is delusion, and such a civilization is not worthy of the name. In pursuit of such false activities, a human being is in the clutches of Maya or illusion. Great sages and saints in the days of yore were not living in palatable buildings furnished with good furniture and so-called amenities of life. They used to live in huts and groves and sit on the flat ground, and yet they have left immense treasure of high knowledge with all perfection. Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswami were high-ranking ministers of state, but they were able to leave behind them immense writing on transcendental knowledge while residing only for one night underneath one tree. They did not live even 2 nights under the same tree, and what to speak of well-furnished rooms with modern amenities. And still, they were able to give us most important literatures of self-realization. So-called comforts of life are not actually helpful for progressive civilization. Rather, they are detrimental to such progressive life. In the system of Sanatana Dharma, of 4 divisions of social life and 4 order of progressive realizations, there are ample opportunity and sufficient directions for a happy termination of the progressive life. And the sincere followers are advised therein to accept a voluntary life of renunciation in order to achieve the desired goal of life. If one is not accustomed to abiding by the life of renunciation and self-abnegation from the beginning, one should try to get into the habit at a later stage of life as recommended by Srila Jugadeva Goswami, and that will help one to achieve the desired success. Om Sat. नमो ओम अञ्जानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मीलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवाद पाशाश देशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Today's sloka, Sukadeva Goswami is talking about the simple life. Yesterday we discussed, we thought we come up with a quote that Prabhupada mentioning that simple living, high thinking. This is the Krishna consciousness. And here again in this today's sloka, Sukadeva Goswami is talking about when there is a earth, entire earth is there, you can go and sleep there. Why you want to worry for and try to increase the necessity of cot and beds? You can sleep on the ground only. There is no necessity of cot and beds. Directly you can sleep. There also you can sleep. And why you are trying for get the pillows, palatable, that cushion pillows. The pillows you keep your arms as a pillows. And why you are increasing the utensils in your house? You can use your palms, your hands. That you say use utensils like that you are saying. And there are so much of covering there in this material by using the plants, using the leaves of the plants, using the skin of the trees. You can use as a clothing. Why you are enduring for manufacturing the cloth and we are wearing the cloth? So all these points he mentioned, it is for the simple living. So these are the points we don't want to endeavor for all these activities. That's what the Sukadeva Goswami is trying to say. Most of if you see in our life, most of the time we are trying to increase this kind of whatever the comforts he is saving. So I want to have a big house. In that, I want to have a nice cot, in that a nice bed and a nice AC, so that I can sleep properly. So if you are getting into that kind of mode, in increasing your luxurious, it will deviate you from the path of self-realization, because you are slowly getting into this sense gratification. And if you see in the current material world, there are one type of people, they are capitalism. They are talking about capitalism. The people are capitalism. Capitalism means they will categorize as their high living. It is just opposite to the Krishna consciousness, what we are saying, the simple living, the high thinking. There is high living and very simple thinking, very low thinking. So what is their capitalism people are doing? They wanted to, if you see the big countries, the countries with the civilized countries, we are saying that it is advanced countries. What they are doing, they are building a big houses, 10 rooms, 15 rooms, big houses, 3-4 people are living in this house. They wanted to show their opulences. Okay, I have this much of opulence, so I am building a big house, but I'm living in there. And what they are doing, they're trying to, in the house also, they are trying to make a palatable place where they can keep the proper cot and bed and their AC, they can sleep properly, and they will eat properly, and they will not to enjoy. So they want to mate, and so for their security purpose, they are arranging some security. So even though they are in the advanced civilization, saying that they are the modern age, they are in the modern age, they are more advanced. Where they are advanced? They are advanced in making these 4 things only: eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. So there is no difference between the animals and them, even though they are advanced in the materially advanced. So the materially advancement, it is taking towards the demonic nature, not the self-realization nature. So there are 2 sambat is there. The sambat is there is the people who are the nature towards. So I want to know who is God. I wanted to follow the rules and regulations, what is seen in the scriptures, and whatever the Yuva Dharma I have to follow. I have to do the worship of the Lord. All this kind of people, nature, if it is coming in this way, those people are Daivik nature, Daivik Sambat, we'll say. And there is another one is Asurik Sambat. Asurik Sambat in the sense, I want to be a big companies, big house. I want to have a palatable bed. I want to enjoy the women, and I need to enjoy the proper palatable foods. contemptible stuffs, all those things, these are all the asuric nature. This is a demonic nature. So the demonic nature won't helpful for the people who wanted to regain the self realization path. So what Prabhupada is saying that you need to live a simple life and your thinking should be high. Simple life in a sense, not endure for all this immaterial, which is the material things. So the sense gratification, I want to have the question. Now nowadays, if you see in the market, there are bed with air bed, water bed. Earlier we used to have where the people used to means lie down on the mat, the straw mat. Later, if we have some amount of money, they used to purchase the bed made up of cotton. Now there is increased. They want to increase their comfort of the bed, so they go on with a water bed, air bed. So they are increasing the comfort of the beddings and the pillows. So that's what here Sudev Goswami is saying, that if you are increasing your comfort, why you are increasing the comfort? You can lie down on the floor, you can use your hands as a pillows. Don't waste your time to earn those things. That's what he is saying. And the another set of people, how we are see the capitalism people in the sense they are high living and low thinking. They are low thinking in the sense they will think about only these 4 matters: eating, mating, and defending. Eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. Only these 4 matters. That's why it is called low thinking. And another set of people are there, communism. Communism is their low living and low thinking. Low living in the sense, whatever, everybody should get everything. There is their thinking. And living also, they are low living. Because everybody, their mood also up to the material level only. So if I am getting 1 bread, so I need to give they need to divide that and we need to give it to every person. So this is the communism. So they are thinking also the low thinking and low living and low thinking. But the third category, what the Krishna conscious person will do, that is the simple living and high thinking. So you live simply and your thinking should be high. What is meant by high? You are always connected with the Lord. How can I get out of this material world? So always that kind of thinking will be there, means that is high thinking. In Bhagavad Gita 3.27, Lord Krishna is saying, Prakritiye kriyamānāni punakarmāni sarvasaha akankara vimūdātma kartāham iti manyate. What Krishna is saying, the split soul, bewildered by the influence of false ego, thinking himself the doer of activities that are in actuality carried out by the 3 modes of material nature. So, for example, your father is taking his son or daughter in front of the bike, in front of the scooter. They are keeping in front of the bike and he is riding the bike. But the small child, what it will think, it is holding the handlebar, and it is wherever the father turning the bike, he is also turning the bike here and there. And he is thinking that he is taking care of, he is riding the bike. The small child, he will think that he is riding the bike. The similar way, the person in this material world, they are bewildered by this influence of false ego. What they are thinking? They are the doers. Whatever the activity is doing, we are doing, I am doing, like that they are thinking. But actually those things are carried out by the 3 modes of material nature. You are not the doer. That's Krishna is saying, clearly saying in this sloka. And also in this material world the material world itself is temporary. So our life is also temporary. We are not going to live in this material world eternally. So our life is also temporary. We are living in a temporary world, in a temporary time only, and as a period of time. So if you are going and visiting some place, even though you are native of some place, Bangalore, you are going to Vrindavan. So Vrindavan is a great dham. Even though you are going there, after 10 days, 5 days, 10 days, you will coming back to your place where you are staying. Right? So that means we are attached to that place where we are living. The similar way, how the other places out of our house is a guest. We will go as a guest, we will come back to our house immediately. The similar way, we'll spend some time in the outside and we will come back to our house. The similar way, this material world is not our house. This is a temporary place provided by the Lord for us. So we should not make any plans to live permanently over here. We are not going to live permanently. Even though we are aspiring for that, we cannot live. So don't try for that, like that kind of life. That's what the scriptures, all the scriptures are saying. In 8.15, Lord himself is saying that about this, when he described about this material world, dukālayam asāsvatam. This world is dukālayam. This is a kind of, it's a temple of sorrows. It will be sufferings will be there in this material world. So don't try to. That's why it is always. This is the dukālayam and asāsvatam. Dukālayam means it's a temple of miseries, and asāsvatam means it is temporary. So he is giving the explanation about this material world clearly. But the foolish mind, we are not able to accept that. We are trying to make ourselves permanent in this material world. If you see the other scriptural instruction in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, text number 10, Kamasya netriya pritir lavo jiveta yavavatam jivasya tattva jignasu narto yastega karma bihi. So if you see the meaning of this sloka, life's desire should never be directed towards a sense gratification. One should desire only a healthy life or self-preservation. Since a human being is meant for inquiry about the absolute truth, nothing else should be the goal of one's work. So here, this is the scriptural instruction of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So here, the scriptures are saying that our direct life should be not directed towards the sense gratification. One should desire only for the healthy life. Okay, I am healthy. I want to, whatever I am going to do, that's a work. That work I will earn something that will make my body and soul together. So simple life I need to lead. And what is that? The human being meant for? What is that? What he is meant for? He is meant for inquiry about the absolute truth. Absolute truth in the sense inquiry about the Supreme Lord. And there is no other goal for this material for the human being. There is no other human work. Only this inquiring about the Supreme Lord is the only goal, only task in this material world. So for that, whatever other activities we are doing, all the other activities are secondary to make our life comfortable over here, so that we can inquire about the Lord properly. So we should always keep our goal in the front. We should not keep our other secondary things over, because in the current material world, if you see, 99% of the people, they are not aware what is the goal of life itself. They are having their own goals in the material way of life. Okay, I want to get a good job, good wife, good child, good children. I want to keep my children in a good school. Then I want to get married to the children. I want to take care of my grandchildren. So their goals are different. Only this is the goal. Otherwise, I want to take care of my body properly. I'm getting old. I want to make my coloring my body. I want to wear the dress. So always their conception of life will be around their bodily concept only. They never thought about their souls. So those kind of peoples, we cannot say them they are in the path of realization. They're never going to get into the path of self-realization. So the person who is living simply, they won't give any much attention to his body. He is giving attention. They have to give the attention to the body. What is the minimal required for body? To live the healthy life. Only that much is enough. We don't want her to get into spend so much of hours like a ass. So donkeys, if you see the donkey, the person who is owning the donkey, he will keep so much of weight in the back of the donkey. And he will beat the donkey to move forward. But the donkey won't move forward. What he will do, he will keep one stick and he tie the stick on the neck of on the head of the donkey only. And the end of that, he will tie a carrot. So the carrot is visible to the donkey's eyes. So donkey's eyes, he will see there is a carrot in front of him. So the donkey trying to catch hold of that carrot. So for that, what he will do, donkey, the foolish way, he will move forward. Then what will happen? See, it is already tied on his head only. He is not aware of that. So he is moved towards that carrot so that the donkey will make the move, continues, and this person is directing him, and directly it will go to their destination where the person wanted to go. But not the donkey where he is supposed to go. It won't go like that, because he attracted by this carrot, and he started walking and he is doing the foolishly. And Prabhupada used to say, even though the person is the donkey who is owning the donkey, they won't tie the donkey at all. They will take the donkey to the place where he's supposed to be, and he just to act, he will do the act, okay, he's tying. But the donkey think that I got tied, and he will put some grass there. So the donkey, he worked hardly just to get the small grass. The grass is available everywhere. But the donkey's thinking is, I am getting only the grass from this person, only can give the grass to me. I need to serve him, then only I can get the grass. So that I can live properly. So that is the thinking of the ass. So the current civilization, they are like asses only. They are thinking, working hard like a ass for the imaginary, illusory thing in front of their eyes. Like how the carrot are shown by the owner of the ass to make it walk. Similar way, the carrot kind of the sense gratification are shown in front of the people, so that they are walking towards that, and they are trying to enjoy. In that perpetuity, they are working, they are wasting their life. So in the slokas, we can understand that human life is not meant for those kind of sense gratification, those kind of taking care of only the body. In even this Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto and 9th chapter 43 verse, this is the Prahlad Maharaj. He was talking about the people. Even though he's a small boy at that time, when the Narasimha pastime was happening, that time he was giving what he is saying. Oh, best of the great personalities, I am not at all afraid of material existence. For wherever I stay, I am fully absorbed in thoughts of your glories and activities. My concern is only for the fools and rascals who are making elaborate plans for material happiness and maintaining their families, societies, and countries. I am simply concerned with love for them. So see, Prahlad Maharaj, even a small boy, he was talking to Lord Narasimhadev. He was saying that I'm not bewildered, I'm not afraid of these material things. His father tried to throw him on the cliff of that mountain, and throw him in the fire, throw him in where the snakes were there, and throw under the legs of feet of the elephant. All those things he tried, but nothing was successful. He couldn't succeed on that. Why? Because he's here. That's why he is saying that I am fully here. Prahlad Maharaj is saying that I am fully absorbed in thoughts of your glories and activities. So he's telling to Narasimhadev, I am always fully in the thought of your glories. I'm engaged myself in your activities only, for your service activities only. So I'm not affected by this material world. I'm not afraid about these material things. But what he is concerning, the fools and rascals in the material world, what they are making the elaborate plan to material happiness and maintaining their families, societies, countries. I want to live like this. I want to live like that. I want to make them happy always. So he is simply concerning with a love in his heart. He was simply concerning of those kind of foods. So we will also take the pity on this. Somebody begging on the road, they don't have any shelter. They will eat here and there. We will also take pity. Oh, see what this person's life is, not able to have the proper food, proper shelter. We'll think about that person. The similar way, Prahlad Maharaj thinking about all of us, the people who are not thinking about the goal of life. They are thinking about only the material, going behind the material, elaborate the plans for material happiness and maintaining their families, society, and countries. So Prahlad Maharaj is thinking about them. So this is the way the great devotees lived in this material world, the simple life. Even this in the today's purport, Prabhupada explained how the Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, they lived. See, they were the ministers of the emperor, and when they retired from this minister, they asked the minister, we want to retire, we want to do the devotional service, they want to retire from the service. That time they gave that much of the full boat, they gave the gold coins. So, but they distributed everything to the Lord's service and the relatives, this and that, and they lived a simple life in Vrindavan. And they used to stay under a tree one day. They won't stay the same tree the next day, because they will feel that if I stay in the same tree, I will get the attachment towards the tree. So they won't stay under the next day, the same tree also. So that is the way they lived a life, because they know that the goal of life is not to make any palatable things, big house and making a bed, this and that. I want to sleep properly. It's not like that. So they're for them, sleeping and eating, those are all secondary. They are exemplary devotees. We don't want to imitate them, but the great devotees lived in that way, exemplary way. They can also, even they have lived under a tree, and they lived a very, very menial life. very simple life, they were give the great treasure to us, like this literatures to us, to about the Lord and for our self-realization. Even after reading, hearing, and understanding about, means hearing about this great souls, if we are not able to change our propensity towards spirituality, it is we are very unfortunate people. Because the people we are, the common public, we are outside world, we are calling them as a unfortunate people. But we are, the person who is most unfortunate is the person after hearing all those scriptural injections, all those great sages, all about the Lord, after hearing all those stuffs, if they still attach to the material things, then that person is the most unfortunate person. So our today's topic is again here, even we don't want to do all those things. Yes, it is not possible in the current life without the sleeping on your floor, use the hands as a pillow. It is possible, but we don't want to get into that level. It is minimum, we will get hold of that. But here, this is the way the people used to live in the past, who wanted to in the self-realization. So even if it is not possible for us now for getting to the fully into the absorb into the self-realization path, at least we can have, whenever we get the time, we need to think about the Lord, we need to hear about the Lord, so that we will be always in the mood of connecting with the Supreme Lord. And when we get that time after retirement, we can fully observe in the thoughts of the Lord and getting into the path where how the scriptures are explaining simple living. So today's topic, simple living and high thinking, that is the Krishnaism. So we are all in the part of Krishnaism. So we don't want to get into the capitalism or communism. So we need to be, our thing is, our path is Krishnaism. It is simple living and high thinking. Don't endeavor for the material arrangements and to increase your material things. Try to increase your spiritual activities so that we can progress in the spiritual way and get the destination, that is go back to Godhead in the very life itself. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna. Any